And we are back on Breaking Wind, a Last Airbender podcast. I am your
Yeah.
host, Jason Roy Gaston. That dude right there, that is VHS Jace. And
Salute.
we are about to dog walk you through the latest episode of Korra. And by latest, we mean 10 years old. It's book 3, chapter 10, Long Live the Queen.
She's so nice. She deserves to.
Yeah, I see good things coming for her and her kingdom in the future. We'll get to that here in a minute because I'll be honest, I'm dying to hear what you have to say about that. It has been so hard to keep quiet, but I did. So let's begin. Hello, Clarice. Did you hear them, Clarice? Did you hear the sheep airbending behind the barn, Clarice? I want to eat your liver with some cabbage. Yeah, so Korra is in the custody of the Earth Queen, who is nice lady.
Yeah.
Excellent lung capacity. People haven't seen this episode are like, what the heck is wrong with them? The ones who have seen it are like, ooh!
Considering, without spoiling it, that is the number one way to go that terrifies me.
Yes. But we'll get to that. Anyway, Asami in this airship that is going back to the Earth Kingdom basically sweet talks this guy. It's like, do you have to handcuff me to the ground? Can't you put me on that pipe over there? Because I'm so hot. Look at me. Look how hot I am. Do what I want. And so he does what she wants, and she escapes because she knows that this airship by Cabbage Corp is a gigantic piece of crap and that it comes apart really easy. Can I just say how much I freaking love Asami? She's such a great character.
Yeah, she's become very valuable in the show.
Whenever they first introduced her, I honestly thought that she was just going to be, my father is just this guy and I just want to be free. And then, basically become like somebody you see once in a while, but she's become such a valued member of the team. She's smart. She's capable. She's basically the Sokka of the group, only her jokes land.
I would have pitched it in the beginning when I first saw her. I thought, oh yeah, she's going to become the evil third wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mistress that ends up being sinister and has her own nefarious plans. But no, she's awesome.
No, she's great. I never thought.
She's awesome. Yeah.
If you would have told me that Asami would be one of my favorite characters when you first introduced her, I would be like, no, not her. But yeah, she's great. Meanwhile, Bolin is bonding with his captors because of course he is just a sweet, lovable ray of sunshine. And I personally loved this scene because we have not seen a whole lot of interaction with the Red Lotus. And seeing these two characters, Water Tentacle Lady and Lava Boy, because I can't remember their names, just seeing them interact and just
it humanizes them, doesn't it?
It does. And I've said before, the Red Lotus is not 100% wrong in what they think. It's just the way they go about doing it is the issue. Because there is nothing wrong with believing in individual freedom. You just don't do it by like murdering everybody in front of you. That's the issue.
Pitch about it to the general public is it's great.
Yeah, it's a great speech. It's a great speech. I will also say the whole thing whenever Bolin gives them their backstory and he says your mustache came in whenever you were 10. You have this unspoken crush on her, and he said another thing, and Lava Boy said, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. What 2?
Yes,
what 2, Lava Boy? I want to know. You got something? You got a little tentacle thing going right there, and I want to know. Anyway.
And he's like saying that to him, but I think he's also flirting with. Her.
You know it.
Yeah. There you go.
So Asami is just like basically kicking everybody's butt at this point. She just snuck up behind this guy. Is like, fall down, and he fell down.
Yeah, this is literally a henchman from Goldmember.
They get on board the bridge, and they basically break everything.
Yeah.
And so, thankfully, Asami's really good with machines, and she's able to save the. Oh, never mind. They
What's
crash.
a blimp? What you get?
It's a blimp. It's a slow motion crash. Blimps crash all the time. Has there ever been a deadly blimp crash? Oh wait.
Oh,
Oh
the
wait. Yes.
humanity.
Oh, the humanity. Uh, so they crash. They're out in the desert, and this actually starts
It's a
out what I think is a.
100-year-old joke. Literally, that joke is around 100 years old. Sorry.
But it's still funny. I don't
I
care.
thought
It's
it
still
was.
funny. Can you imagine that poor guy who was narrating that, the first guy to ever catch a major news event live on a
Yeah.
recording, and you can hear him crying at one point because he's not desensitized and he's
Yeah.
never seen death before and he's traumatized. How do you think he would feel about us laughing about that a
I
hundred
don't
years
know.
later?
Do you think it was his first day?
No, it was literally the first time breaking news had been captured live
Oh,
on a
right.
recording.
There we
And
go.
they did not have movies, they didn't have TV, they were not desensitized to death. And
No, that's
he's
right.
watching people jump out of this blimp and run out on
That'd be
fire. And
horrendous.
yeah, if you've ever listened to the whole recording, this guy like loses it at one point and he has to
Wow.
stop recording. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry. This is,"
Mm,
and it's not like
that's sad.
overdone, it's not dramatic. It's genuinely a man who is seeing suffering for the first time and he doesn't know how to emotionally deal with it.
What a
It's
bad day.
psychologically, it's fascinating. It is
That's
absolutely
worse.
fascinating.
That's worse than the alien in the bar in Star Wars getting its arm cut off. Remember seeing the robot chicken when they mapped out the beginning of his day?
Yeah.
And we find out he's a nice guy. He's just doing his job. He doesn't want any conflict. That's not
Yeah,
what
well,
happened.
don't hang out with a man who's wanted in 12 systems is all I have to say. Let's get back to it because the Earth Queen has some visitors and they've brought some gifts. Hey Queen, look at us. We're
Yeah.
we're we're cool. We're cool. All right.
Let's make a
Take these two.
deal.
Let's make a deal. What kind of deal do you want, sweetie? We want the avatar. You know, if you keep the avatar, you're gonna have problems. We'll take the avatar and we'll like make sure she never bothers you again. That sounds good, sweetie. Let me have these two boys. I have use for them. Put them in my little sex dungeon. I mean, my regular dungeon, and
Mm.
yeah, you take the avatar when I've got her. I don't know why she's Doctor Girlfriend. All of a sudden, it just seems to fit.
Yeah.
That's somebody who doesn't just smoke 12 packs a day; they eat 12 packs a day.
Yeah.
Yep.
She makes B. Arthur look gentle.
But down in the sex dungeon, I mean the regular dungeon, Mako is trying to get Bolin to metal bend, and he still just can't get it. But you know he's gonna keep trying and trying and trying.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Chief Beifong goes out into the desert and finds the goodest girl ever, and whatever the heck Pabu is, and that
Mhm.
leads us to our cursed screenshot of the week. That is like 1 second or one half
Yeah.
second after Naga like leaves frame after licking her. She
That's
looks like
awesome.
she looks like a ghost just slapped her.
It's a blink and miss it moment too.
Yes, yes. So we start what I think is actually a rather wholesome side quest in this episode. Normally something like this would bore me, but I really liked this B plot. And that is Korra with the Earth officers. The Earth,
Yes.
yeah, because they are in a
Yes.
situation, and you know any other person would have wrote this as Korra has to kick their butts and leave them in the desert and escape. But it's not like that. They
No.
need each other. And
Yes.
it's a very practical, pragmatic way of solving this problem. Hey, we're ordered to bring you in, but if we don't work together, we're all going to die out here. And so I think that not only does this teach Korra empathy and compassion, which sometimes she does need, I think it also teaches her to be a better leader.
I also thought what struck me, it was like the right time in their story for this to happen too. Like she needed that reminder of faith in humanity in some ways.
Yes.
But it was really refreshing because things like that, which would be a normal way to handle something, the right way, it's not always the way they represent it on TV. So it was struck me as like, oh wow, okay, like people are behaving normally. What's going
Yes.
on?
Yes, I really enjoyed that.
Cannot compute.
So let's continue with this. They basically fix the airship, after hours and hours of hard backbreaking work, only to have a freaking sand shark
Yeah.
eat the blimp.
Did you did you hear the theme from Dune in the background just a little bit
I
though?
did. Dun
Yeah.
dun dun dun
Yeah, I could hear
dun.
Hans Zimmer going.
I was also hearing the theme of Sand Shark, that really bad B movie. Dun 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 dun. But yeah, there's a sand shark now apparently, and they all have to run for it. But that's
Yeah.
okay because they're gonna travel the way sandbenders used to travel, and that is creating their own little sand skiff. Because remember, sandbenders are a thing, and apparently
Yeah.
it's really hard for an earthbender, but it is
A
something that can happen.
sandbender is like a mix between a earthbender and they're primarily still earthbenders, right? With a little bit of
Yes,
air thrown in there. Is that how the
I think that's why it's so hard. I can't
Yeah.
remember. I can't remember who, but somebody says something about sand bending later about why it's hard. If
Yeah.
I remember right, or they've said it in Avatar, I can't remember. But
Well, I'm
yeah,
guessing sandbenders can probably poo bend.
I think a waterbender could poo bend. I think an earthbender
Yeah.
could poo bend.
Well, that's one dietary
I
like
think depending on
experience.
what kind of food was eaten, I think an
Yeah.
airbender could poo bend.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I mean,
if you have Mexican food, I think a firebender could.
I think that's all elements at once. I
Yes, yes.
think
It is. It is
some chili, really hot chili.
an amazing accomplishment it is. But let's get to what I've been wanting to discuss now for
Shows the gravy
almost a
again.
year. I've been wanting to talk about this scene, and I've been biting my tongue.
Yeah.
So, girl, listen, yeah, we was like eavesdropping and stuff, and we know you're getting ready to screw us over, and yeah, we don't like that. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna like arrest you and stuff because I'm the Earth Queen. And then there's a fight, of course, and
Mhm.
that is when Zaheer does one of the most cold-blooded acts in all of Avatar. And I will say, no matter how evil and awful the Earth Queen was, I don't think she deserved this. Because this was gruesome. I'm sorry, it was gruesome. And it was not the fact that it was gory or it was explicit, it was the look of sheer, unfiltered terror on her face because she knew the entire time what was happening and she knew she was doomed. And it
Yeah,
happened
it's
in slow motion. And I'm sorry, that disturbs the heck out of me. But for those of you who haven't seen it,
yes,
Zaheer airbends the air out of her lungs and lets her
suffocating her.
suffocate to death. And
It's
it's
really
it's
jarring.
it
It's
is
really jarring.
incredibly disturbing.
It
And
reminds me of a Tarantino scene where things go a certain way and then he'll do something really horrific and it changes the complete tone of what's going on. I felt that in that moment. Like, I can't even say what my audible response was. There were some letters in there, F being one of them,
oh,
because it
for
was
for goodness sakes, would you look at
yeah,
this, honey?
absolutely. I didn't want to say it though. That was a bit too R-rated for me to say. But yeah, that's essentially what I was saying. It's jarring though.
This
Like,
is Zaheer. Um, he is what's the word I'm looking for? He is rounding a corner that he will never be able to come back through with this act. He
is
has
it?
committed cold-blooded murder and everyone's going to know about it and few people are going to be able to forgive him. However, I do like how he covers his tracks here. He basically gets on Airbender radio, the light Airbender radio. Hi, this is Zaheer, everybody. I hope you're ready for
Mm.
some easy listening. Oh, by the way, I killed the friggin' Earth Queen and I'm going to tear down the walls. So yeah, he says to Ba Sing Se, I'm setting you free of this corrupt monarchy.
Yes.
I'm tearing down the walls. You have freedom. And that's exactly what he does. He tears down these epic walls of Ba Sing Se, the walls that even the great Iroh could not conquer. One guy pulls them down. And it's a major thing, and the residents of Ba Sing Se basically go nuts.
Of course, they're free. I mean, that's revolution, isn't
Yes.
it? That's a
Yes, it is.
revolution. You've killed the evil king. It's that old age story because they've killed the evil leader, but what's replacing him? Even though he says they're
Anarchy.
free.
It's
Yeah.
anarchy. See,
And
that's the thing about Zaheer that I think is so dangerous is that he has a noble cause. In his own head, he's got a noble cause, but what happens when you win, Zaheer? What happens
yeah.
next? I don't think he's planned that far ahead. I think he just thinks everybody's going to go, "Yay, freedom. Thank you, Zaheer," and everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows and
It feels
lollipops.
very Thanos-like, isn't it? Because Thanos is the same thing. My job is just to, get. But after that, I don't know, man. I'm going to go pick some fruit and hang out. So, I mean, it is like that. He's got to. It's not like an ongoing journey. He's very destination-driven, isn't he?
He is, yes. And I
point.
don't really think he thinks about the destination too much. I think he thinks about one moment in time and
Well,
nothing
he is a
beyond that.
psychopath, right? So he's processing information.
He is. He is a psychopath, and he's got his own little cult who believe in him. And I think that is what makes the Red Lotus so dangerous is that they're not full out villains; they are believers.
The question should be also is how does someone like that happen? You know what I mean? Like, how does someone that?
You are talking to an American. Dude, really? It happens because someone is charismatic. It happens because someone says words that you want to hear. And it happens because they find people with they find people with sliding morality where you can take their sense of morality and you can slide it down ever so gently until they can accept things that are completely unacceptable.
What I was going to get at is he is a byproduct from the kind of authoritative control that we were seeing in the first season.
He is, yes.
And that's the thing. It's actually the world itself, in some ways, the way it's played out, you create these type of individuals who, has probably gone through just years of scarring for whatever reason.
Well, I mean,
I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just trying to understand how to guy that happens. Just because, they like most societies got authoritative, didn't they? They want to control people.
Well, this guy is also coming off of 15 years of imprisonment as well, and he's probably not super happy with authority at this point anyway.
No,
but that is why this dude has been my favorite bad guy so far because he is multi-layered, and as I said, I don't think he's evil. I just think he's a bit of a sociopath, and he thinks he's doing the right thing. He is a believer in his own cause.
Yeah,
and I think that makes him more of a threat than Unalaq. It makes him more of a threat than any. It puts him right up there with Ozai, in my opinion. But even then, I think he's more multi-layered than Ozai.
Well, with most of the other villains, it's never their key reason I notice the show, but profit has something to do with it, right? Getting power. He's not after that. Also makes him dangerous. He's not after power, and he ain't after money.
He's after the opposite.
Exactly.
He is literally after the opposite of all of that. And what is fascinating about this guy is that he has not gone through the last door. His character development continues, and there is something coming up where there's another milestone. And whenever he reaches that milestone, he gets even more dangerous. And it is a really neat part, especially if you've been paying attention to the entire season because they've been building up to it. And I didn't realize how they were building up to it until I rewatched this season. And I thought, okay. But yeah, I love Zaheer. I think Henry Rollins did an incredible job voicing this guy. The writers did a great job. He is despicable, but at the same time, he's somebody who is kind of right at the same time. And he's one of that is my favorite type of villain, is somebody who's got a nugget of righteousness that you kind of agree with.
I also think it's now undeniable that this show has matured with its audience.
It has, yes.
And I think that's very evident with episodes like this because you are not doing this type of episode in Avatar. No. As much as Avatar is so great a quality because it's a different audience at that point. Wonderful. Good stuff.
Yep. Oh, and there's more episode coming up, by the way. Anyway, Bolin and Mako, they did a great fake out where we thought Bolin metal bended, but it was just them opening up all of the cells. I was just
cool.
like, "Yay, Bolin! Oh,
No.
Bolin!" It was like that. Yay, Boomerang! Oh, Boomerang! But yeah, they've let all the prisoners out except for these two, and that's because our boy, Zaheer, wants to have a word with them. He wants them to take a message back to the Avatar for him. So he's letting the boys go. He's not that bad. He just wants them to send a message. It's probably something
I don't
nice.
think he's ever wanted to kill the Avatar, really, yet, has he? I mean, it's inferred,
Anyway,
but
moving on.
Yes.
Moving on. I'm sorry. This looks fun.
Yep, that
This
looks pretty
fun.
cool.
So they got their little sand skiff going, and then the big freaking Jaws worm monster Tremors Dune looking thing tries to eat them, and Korra's just like, nah, and she like fire bends and blows them up from the inside. Which, first of all, that's brutal.
Shock.
Second, I hate that joke. I hate you for making it.
It was there, dude. It was low hanging fruit, and I don't like that.
What in the world is sustaining this thing out in the desert? What is it eating?
I have no idea.
Are there like
obviously things with lots of fiber by the looks of it?
I guess so. My goodness.
I don't know.
But Korra and the Earth Kingdom soldiers, they make it to a safe place, and then they wish each other good luck. And it's not, "I'll get you next time, Korra." It's just, "Hey, yeah, we had a good run. Thank you so much for all your help." Well, thank you for all your help. It just tells you, you know what? Everybody can get along. That's it. We can just all get along. But enough of that. There's a dragon over there. That can only mean one thing.
Be?
That can only mean one thing. Zuko's back. He doesn't do much in this episode, but he's back. He's just, I've been waiting at this table for 8 days. Where have you been? Oh, he's so great. I just love Zuko. I love the fact he's still around. And he's still awkward. He's still awkward, and I just love it.
Yeah, he's never socially. But it's great. It's perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, and Korra reunites with her dad, and Lynn is just like, "Thanks for leaving me behind," which I thought was really.
But you know what? I don't trust the show because they're having a nice moment, and I know what follows nice moments in this show.
Well, yeah, I mean,
all pain and suffering.
Korra learns that the Earth Queen has been assassinated, and
yes,
and that she's got a world of hurt heading her way, and that brings us to the end of this episode. So juicy episode of Korra.
One of my faves of the season so far, and a really stacked season.
Absolutely. And we've only got, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes left in this season.
Of season 3.
Yes, and
that's crazy.
This whole season gets crazier and crazier and crazier.
Amazing.
We got an episode next called The Ultimatum. Okay. And then there's an episode called Entered the Void. And I just remember watching this, and whenever it was over, thinking, "Uh-oh."
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually just great. I am so glad that I revisited this series, not having that toxic fan base whispering in my ear.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed it so much more. I mean, it is every bit. To me, I'm having as much fun revisiting this as I did revisiting Avatar: The Last Airbender.
And I've been blessed enough to have probably the purest experience you could have with this in this modern day. I'm not aware of the controversy. Never seen it. I'm able to watch every episode. One a week. I get to absorb it, think about it, comment on it, move on to the next one. I can't think of a better way to watch the show. Because if it was me, like just by myself, dude, I would have watched this in massive chunks. And I would have forgotten nearly everything.
There is something about savoring, in my opinion. And I do think it does make the experience better. It really does.
That's what I appreciate with streaming services like Paramount, which do that. We release things weekly. Netflix is probably the worst for dump and running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's
Disney release things.
just like what my dog does whenever she doesn't want to go outside.
Disney seem to release weekly too, which I kind of like as
Yeah,
well. But
yeah.
yeah,
It
very
depends on
cool.
how much confidence they have in the series, but yes. Oh my
Man.
goodness. Ah,
All right, good stuff. Can't wait. This has been
I
getting really, really interesting. And I tell you what, can I just say before we finish, no freaking idea where this is going. None
that's good.
whatsoever.
That's good because the last few episodes are pretty crazy, and it ripples throughout the next season as well. Because
Okay.
the Korra that you know right now is gone next season. She goes through some stuff,
Okay. All right.
and it
Trauma.
continues. Trauma is great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to become a YouTube channel member, please feel free to click on that video link below. You can also become a Patreon. Either way, you get exclusive content, early access, and all kinds of fun stuff, including merch that I'm working on right now, starting as low as $5 a month. Get it now, or a murder bean will kill you. And
And we're going to get
that is a
some
guarantee.
ointment for Battle Cat. Figure out what that tick is. That nervous
Oh
tick.
well, it's she's sleeping over there.
Well, I
She's so
figure it's
adorable.
that or it's like the cat version of the Macarena. One or the other. It's either a
I think
tick
she's just
or a
listening
dance move.
to techno, just doing one of those things.
A bit of 9 Inch Nails or Daft Punk would probably do that.
Yeah, the one that the style of music that makes it sound like computers are having sex. That's the kind of music that she likes listening to. And as for
That's
you,
weird.
I agree. I hope you enjoy the theme to Korra because we'll be back next week here on Breaking Wind, a Last Airbender podcast.